Round 26 of EuroLeague wrapped up on Wednesday night, so let's talk about it. There was just the one game on Wednesday and it actually saw Asvel win their first road game of the season. Yes, it took them all the way to round 26 and at the 12th attempt, they win on the road by beating Virtus Bologna. The French side controlled the first half and they led by 10 at the break. Bologna fought back in the third to close the gap to just a single point heading into the final frame, but it was Asvel who pulled away to win by 10 and end that awful away run. Dubai kicked off Tuesday's action by bouncing back to winning ways with an overtime victory over Olympiacos. The hosts dominated the first half and led by 12 at the break, but the visitors fought back with Evan Fournier sending the game to overtime, and then a 13-0 run for Dubai sees them get back in the win column. Anadolu Efes ended a 9-game losing streak with a really impressive win over Valencia. They dominated from start to finish and led by 19 at the end of the first. Valencia couldn't quite put a run together as they dropped their third straight road game. Žalgiris beat Monaco in emphatic fashion. They led the entire game with an 8-0 run, getting them off to a strong start. They ended the first quarter up 35-18, which pretty much put the game to bed early, and Monaco only got as close to 14 points, and both teams moved to a 15-11 record. Crvena Zvezda made it 5 consecutive home victories thanks to a strong win over Hapoel. The first half was close, but Hapoel had a huge third to take the lead. However, Zvezda won the final quarter 25-6 as they improved to 16-10. Jimmy Clark's buzzer beater lifted Maccabi to a home win over Partizan. The visitors led for the majority of the match, but it was a very tight game throughout. The hosts left it late in the fourth quarter to make a real run at it, but they did find their way to victory. Panathinaikos got a huge win over Real Madrid thanks to a game-winning fadeaway from Jerian Grant, and it looked like Grant may have actually been the villain with his foul on Mario Hezonja, seeing the visitors go ahead with just 8 seconds remaining, but he steps up when it matters and both teams now sit on a 16-10 record. Bayern made it 6 wins from their last 8 games with a victory over Paris. The hosts played stellar defence all evening and they allowed just 2 field goals in the last 5 minutes of the third, and then Andreas Ops scored 8 of Bayern's last 10 points to propel them to victory. Reigning champions Fenerbahce held on to top spot with a brilliant road win over Barcelona. Fener, they started strong and led by 15 at the end of the first and were up 12 at the half. However, a 22-9 fourth pulled the Spaniards right back into it, but Wade Baldwin stepped up once again this season to seal the win as the Turkish side are now on a 5-game winning streak. And the final game from Tuesday's slate saw Milan beat Baskonia by 20. The first half saw Milan lead by just a single point, but they stepped up their 3-point shooting in the second half as they ran away with the game and cruised home. They now move to 13-13 as they boost their playoff hopes.